There are so many houses in Battle Nations, and I do not know what to choose. This might be you. What's up, everyone? My name is Anthony Joshua Porras, but welcome back to another Battle Nations video. So you might be wondering, what are the best non-nanopod houses in Battle Nations? Well, do not worry, because that's exactly what we're going to be going through today. Before we get into this video, I would like to mention that obviously everyone has a different amount of time they can put into the game. So just because I said these three houses doesn't mean it's actually the best. It's really dependent on how much time you can log into the game, how many times you can actually collect things. So what I'm going to be listing here are the top 3 houses that give you the most value. Technically the best house in the game. Now, if you're considering for XP, this is not it. But if you are looking for gold, which a lot of you usually have a problem with, do your goddamn critter encounters, is actually the shelter. The shelter is one of the first houses that are basically already unlocked for you. The shelter costs about 50 gold and it takes about 3 seconds to make. It gives you 3 pop and you collect it every 5 minutes starting at level 1 with 8 gold. Now, a level 10 shelter, you'll be collecting around 42 gold every 5 minutes. The main reason why the shelter is technically one of the best gold producers in the game is because you're allowed to collect their taxes every 5 minutes. Now, that's being said, can you stay on the game every 5 minutes to collect shelter?
5 hours later.
There are some players back then in the beta and the alpha who did exactly that, where they just sat there, watched a good YouTube video, maybe a movie, and just collected every 5 minutes off their shelters just to get that early gold lead. And this was kind of a strat that I did as well. I turned all my camps, my hovels, everything over to shelters instead, so I can collect a decent amount of gold in the early game. The Modern House. The Modern House is unlocked at level 34, costing us 8,000 gold, 2,350 concrete, and 1,700 and something lumber. And it takes about 1 day to make. This does give us 4 population, and we're allowed to collect it every 20 hours at a level 1, 275 gold and 28 XP. Now, at a level 10 Modern House, we're going to be looking at 1,513 gold and 152 XP every 20 hours. Now, honestly, if you really wanted to, you could also make the Modern Duplex. It's basically the same thing. I think the Modern House might be like a little less. I actually do the math and you can figure it out. But in the end of it, they basically end up being the same amount of XP and gold earned. The Modern Duplex is just double of what the Modern House is because it's a duplex. It's 2. I just want to throw in before we get into the last section here. It really does depend on your schedule because for me, myself, I kind of leveled through a lot and unlocked the Modern Houses pretty quick. So that's why I didn't think to mention the hovel or maybe the shack. It really depends on how often do you log in and how often you're playing, because you can collect the hovels for like every 4 hours and the shacks every like 10 hours. Maybe you're only playing like once a day. Then the shacks kind of suck for you, and the hovels. It really depends what your schedule is. I think the Modern House is a pretty damn good mid-game house. That or you get nanopods, but that's not what we're here for. Anyways, I just wanted to add that in. Hovels are still okay. I just don't think it's worth it. Shacks, eh. The Suburban House. The Suburban House is actually unlocked at level 60. So we won't be seeing this house for probably quite a bit, to be honest, unless the devs grant us more level caps here. But we recently just got one, so I personally just don't see one coming soon. But hey, I'm not a dev. I just hit record. Maybe, just maybe, we might be able to see this one. But for this one, it does cost 24,000 gold, 2,500 concrete, and 3,000 lumber. It takes about 18 hours to build, and it gives us 4 pop, and we're allowed to collect the taxes every 8 hours at 450 and 130 XP at level 1. Now, on the wiki, it does say level 10, the collection for the gold is 2,475 gold, and the collection for XP is 715. This is definitely a very, very good non-nanopod house. I remember seeing a lot of people spamming this house back in the old game just for the XP gain. That, and also the Suburban House is actually really nice for designing your base. Let's keep it a buck, guys. Base design is endgame of Battle Nations. You can have R6 any unit, you can have all the nanopods you want, but if you don't got a nice looking base, are you really winning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But those are the top 3 best non-nanopod houses for us in Battle Nations. Comment down below what is your favorite house, and let me tell you, who else is waiting for the hacienda? Because I really want to make some. I'm gonna be honest. I need the Madrona points. So can I get one? Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.